we had Wardle Academy School Band. Where are you? Understated. Not. I know that I've heard your band before, and so I was just waiting to hear what you would do with this Olympic fanfare. You gave us three pieces. You gave us Olympic fanfare, the anthem from chess, and the Mansions of Glory. A really well thought out program. And a real kind of sense of storytelling. I think it's really important that when we're playing music, we kind of use our imaginations and we communicate and we tell a story. So we started with the Olympic fanfare, but before that we had our fantastic Queen's Lift, which was superb. It just kind of, all the instruments went up, really kind of, we are ready to play for you. And the opening of this was just kind of like, it was absolutely amazing. It just kind of blew us away. It was a terrific sound. I remember first hearing this fanfare, but I heard it on telly, and it was about it was about a year later when I actually got to play it as part of an orchestra, and just thought, what a fantastic piece. It was the first, it was one of those kind of John Williams pieces that you just kind of makes your hair stand on, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. And you really did that for us. It was a glorious opening. I've just written it, it was Olympian. Would that be right? Would anybody else agree? Yes? So, yes, it's, scintillating and crisp, and the articulation in the band is, really kind of prominent. All these kind of semiquavers really coming out nice and clear for the most part. The balance throughout the band is really good. Occasionally, we're our percussion section. Can you give us we're all spread out all over the place. You are huge, aren't you? As a section, the sound that you make is huge, and it really kind of filled this room. Yes, some absolutely fantastic playing. What I want you to do is just be aware, because I know that when you're playing, I think there was a lot of tam-tam or gong. Yes, and sometimes that can really kind of cover the detail in the band, so just be aware of that. And it's hard for anybody else to kind of know that unless they're sitting at the back of a room, so just be aware of that. But you guys, you all played fantastically well. The sense of movement and drama in the whole piece was fantastic. And then we had a complete change. We went into the anthem from chess. This was arranged by, I think it was Andrew Duncan, and as I think tuba players will know, Andy's an absolutely fabulous tuba player, and I was luckily working with him last week, and I saw this in the program and thought, I'll tell him about this, because I know that he spent, a lot of time on this arrangement, and I thought you did it a great deal of justice. Who was our solo cornet player? Would you stand up? Would you stand up? One of the things Roger and I as brass players are always looking at is all the kind of basics that are in place when people are playing, and everything's in place there, and you really owned this. You really set the tone, sort of just the core of the sound was magnificent, and that fed through the whole band. We heard a completely different side to the band. Glorious phrasing throughout. I've called it elegant phrasing. The dynamics are really beautifully graded throughout the band as well. And one of the things, in a slow piece like this, it can be quite easy to lose the rhythmic integrity, and I felt that you kept that throughout. I thought that the sound that you produced was really creamy, and you managed to be able to change the sound within the band from the Olympic fanfare, which needed to be really quite strident, to this beautiful, lush sound, and you really captured that vocal quality. It's one of those things I really, I'm quite picky about. If you're playing a song, be really aware of the words. In fact, sing the words before you play it, so that you can kind of carry that emotion and imagination. And then your final piece, The Mansions of Glory, which you dedicated to Muhammad Ali, which I thought was quite touching, one of my heroes. Again, a beautiful opening. And this had you captured all of the elements from your two previous pieces. So you had that strident playing, you had a great deal of that beautiful legato. Again, just at times I felt that the percussion dominated, so that I think it's especially the tam-tam, because it really kind of cuts through the sound of the band, and it hides a lot of the detail. So I think if we can spend just a little bit of time, I guess, playing around with those dynamics and really kind of making them part of the whole, it will really add to your performance. I think you played terrifically. The technical skills are really well managed, but so we lose some of those details when things get a little bit loud. There was a fantastic passage at, I think, letter L, where some of the articulation in the phrases and things just didn't come through because it was covered by, sort of a slight imbalance. But I thought this was a terrific performance. Could we have a big hand for Wardle Academy School?